first question really is, what made you want to do this, get involved in this project?
You know, I was born right next to the shipyard in Wallsend,
Yeah.
where Dr. Chris is from.
I know,
actually.
he just said
told
that,
me.
yeah.
And literally within spitting distance, I'd watch thousands of men walk into that yard every day. I watched them come out of there. I thought as a kid that would be my destiny.
Yeah.
Of course, I had other dreams that never was.
Yeah.
But, you know, I lived there till I was 16 and always was grateful for that community bringing me up and making me who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I was well suited to write a story about that community and what happened to them, and honour that community.
Yeah.
You know, because the shipyard closed and
Were you
all the
aware
problems with
of
it.
the decline?
Say again?
Were you aware of the decline?
Of course, yeah. I
In,
mean, every
how did it
time
show
a ship
itself?
was launched, there was no guarantee there was going to be another one. So it was a very tenuous way of making a living, a very hard way of making a living. But those men and women were incredibly proud of the ships they built. Some of the largest ships on planet Earth ever constructed were built right at the end of my street. So I wanted to tell that story in a romantic, loving way, and Richard Fleischman is our,
And
is
so
our
for you,
leading man.
this role came about at kind of a time when you'd said to your agent, do you know what, I've been doing musicals, I just need to have a little break from this right now. And then, of course, as it always happens, the call came, and it was...
Yeah, literally an hour later, after I put the phone down to my agent saying, I just need a break, I can't do 8 shows a week anymore, I don't want to do musicals, I just need a minute. And then she called back and said, you know all the things you've just said, but it happens to be written by Sting. And I was like, OK, no problem, it's fine.
Forget what I just said.
Yeah, exactly.
Changed my mind.
And then I made my way on a Saturday morning, and I was like, why do they want to meet on a Saturday morning? That's mental. They went, well, it's the only day Sting can see. And I was like,
I'll be there.
OK. And that's when we first
Almost
met.
like the beginning of Roxanne you did then. So the story itself, who is he?
So I play a character called Gideon, who we meet at the beginning of the play, and he's, I think he's about 15, 16, and he really doesn't want to follow into the line of his father and go into the shipyard. So he runs away, and then we
So he's 17 when he runs away.
Yeah, something like that. And then 17 years later we meet him again, which is when I start playing him.
Yeah.
And he comes back to see the town that he left in decline, and obviously he has a love interest that he left behind.
He has responsibilities when he comes back.
Yes, absolutely.
I think
he
it's
does.
fair to say.
And that's
Yes.
all we shall say on that. With regards to the music, there's sort of 3 or 4 tracks there that people will know, but the rest of it is all original music written for this.
Yeah.
Slightly different, though, you've said. This is slightly a different sound for you?
Well,
How
it's
would you...
based on the folk music of the North East.
Right.
It's based on show tunes that I know and love, you know, Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Yeah.
I steal from the best.
Right, of course.
And I think it's authentic to the area.
Right.
And do you? I mean, I just can't imagine you as a sort of theatre musical guy. I mean, are you going to see
my mum had all of those albums. I never saw a musical, but
Right.
my mum had all of those albums, and I should, you know, listen to them all the time. So
And
you'll
so-
hear it in the show, actually.
Yeah, I'm sure. And for you, working in this environment, and this is very much your baby. You are thoroughly hands-on here.
Totally. I've been to every rehearsal. I live every line and syllable with the cast as they're singing it. They must dread me coming in, because I'm...
No, not
Do
at
you
all.
dread him? Do you dread him coming?
Not at all, far from it. I think we all, because it was so full on for the first 3 months, and now we see kind of twice a week, because obviously, as you put it, you have another job to do.
do have another job, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, no, we love it because we feel like a full company because you've been there with us like every day.
So what's he
Yeah.
like as a boss?
Well,
You could be
between
honest now.
beatings, it's all right.
Yeah, close
Between- when the beatings stop, it's fine. It's lovely.
So you're on tour at the moment,
Yeah.
so this is going right, but you are coming to the West End also, is that right?
We're not sure how we're going to do it. It's going so well in the north of England. We're getting standing ovations in theatres that don't normally give them.
Yeah.
And so we're just, you know, trying to choose how to come into town. and how to
Do
present
the
it.
audience react differently depending on where you perform,
No,
you notice?
it started in Newcastle, and obviously
Yeah.
everybody was
Yeah.
very keen for it. Then I thought, well, will Liverpool feel the same way, or Birmingham, or Leeds? And it's been completely...
Oh, really?
We've just been blown away. I mean, there's like...
incredible.
It's the most powerful thing I've ever had the opportunity to be part of, to see rows of grown men just literally inconsolable at the end.
Well,
It's
really.
amazing.
The story itself, for all of those big cities that you've taken it to, will ring true in whatever industry.
I think it will resonate because people have lost their livelihood. They've lost the thing that gave them their sense of identity, their dignity. They understand that in a lot of these cities, and it really resonates powerfully.
And how often do you get to go home?
I get back to Newcastle.
Yeah.
Well, I spent the whole month there when we first opened.
Yeah.
But, I'm going more and more.
Yeah, and do you feel the same way? I guess when Gideon returns, about how much it's changed from when you were a kid there, when you were.
Well, certainly Wall's End has changed a lot. But no, I'm proud, Geordie.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of
And
where I come
but
from.
your accent comes out when you're cross.
When I get angry, you don't want to hear it.
Abroad.
My kids always know I'm serious when I start putting that funny voice.
Well, no intention of making you cross.
No.
The Last Ship is playing in Nottingham at the Playhouse until Saturday. Then it's going to go to Cardiff and Dublin and Edinburgh and Glasgow and York. Ends in Salford in July. What about London? Can you bring it to town?
We'd love to. We're just trying to figure out how to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, and because it was on Broadway.
It's going back to New York next year.
Back to New York.
Yeah.
And for you, once you've done this one, I mean, obviously you're weak when it comes to deciding what you're going to do. And,
Yes,
you know.
no principles at all. Yeah.
So will you have a holiday at the end of this?
I'm hoping to, but then best laid plans and all that. So we'll just see. We'll see what happens.
Read the small print of your contract.
I'm not allowed one.
Yeah, you
Never
are
out.
signed forever.
Never out. No,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Cheers.
much. Thank you.